On Election Day, there are a lot of things to remember as a poll worker to help others vote safely and securely. This video addresses safety practices and procedures at polling locations to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Organizing work sites. Consider placing workers where voters will enter and check in to vote, who will explain safety procedures and direct voters to check-in stations quickly. They can also help keep observers from congregating. Require voters and poll workers to avoid greeting others with physical contact. Sanitizer should be available at each check-in station and at the exit. Position the check-in station and scanner near the entrance. If possible, ensure that all check-in stations are appropriately distanced and protected with barriers. Create space for voter activities with minimal crossing of paths. If using electronic check-in procedures, clean the signature pad and stylus between each check-in and when switching e-poll book users. If using pens, clean pens between use, or consider providing each voter with a pen to take with them after use. Custom layouts. When setting up your polling location, consider the layout of space. Election officials should provide custom layouts for voting locations, especially for high-traffic sites. The following slides provide different tools that can be used to create a custom layout of your voting location. Where that is not possible, provide poll workers with a set of model layouts showing how different spaces can be organized. Be sure each station is spaced out correctly and provide voters with enough room to safely navigate the precinct. We encourage one-way traffic when entering, voting, and exiting the polling location, so voters are not exiting and entering through the same doorway. This helps reduce traffic and congestion. Cleaning, disinfecting, and ventilating. Although all workers should be trained on routine cleaning and disinfection, we suggest creating an additional position on the poll worker team with the singular responsibility of cleaning the facility and staffing a disinfection operation. Frequently disinfect commonly used surfaces, including seating, counters, staff water fountains such as spout, button, lever, and nozzle, guardrails, displays, handheld devices, shelving, tables, hand washing and sanitation facilities, touchscreens, facility maps, vending machines, etc. Be sure to wear gloves and/or eye protection when sanitizing. When cleaning voting equipment technology, refer to the equipment manufacturing guidebook or ask your local clerk for instructions. Be sure to consider all places that may need regular disinfecting throughout the day, including restrooms, employee break rooms, entrances and exits, including doors and door handles, stairway handrails, escalator handrails, or elevator controls. Avoid sharing equipment and office supplies. This includes pens, phones, desks, and other work supplies, as well as technology like touchscreens, tablets, laptops, keyboards, mice, stationary, and mobile equipment controls, and audio equipment. If such items must be shared, workers should clean them and disinfect them between each use. Post signs indicating where the nearest hand sanitizer dispenser is. Check hand sanitizer dispensers periodically and refill before they run out. Hand sanitizer dispensers should be touchless if possible. Safety measures for workers. If within 2 weeks of or on Election Day you have symptoms of COVID-19 as described by the CDC, such as fever or chills, cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, fatigue, muscle or body aches, headache, new loss of taste or smell, sore throat, congestion or runny nose, nausea, vomiting or diarrhea, notify your clerk immediately and do not report to your polling location. Similarly, if you have had contact with someone who has been diagnosed with COVID-19 within the past 14 days, notify your clerk. Prior to reporting to your training and polling location, you should screen yourself at home using CDC guidelines. Be sure to follow proper sneezing and coughing etiquette throughout the day, like coughing into your elbow, not your hand, and following up with plenty of hand sanitizer or by washing your hands. If wearing a mask, be sure it covers your mouth and your nose. All poll workers are required to wear face coverings while serving their polling location. This helps to protect voters and your fellow poll workers from the spread of COVID-19. While voters are strongly encouraged to wear face coverings, such as a mask, that is not required for them to vote in the polling location. Discuss how you and your fellow poll workers will handle voters who decline to wear face coverings ahead of time. If you encounter a voter who refuses to wear a face covering, Here are a few suggestions for how to handle the situation. Take a deep breath, speak with a calm voice and a normal volume, and communicate that the voter's right to vote will be respected. Attempt to keep everyone calm and limit potential escalation and resist the urge to engage on the underlying objection. Make sure that more than one poll worker is present in any conflict situation. The one poll worker engaging the voter, the other standing back to assess how the encounter is going. Take greater care to maximize physical distancing. If a poll worker feels threatened or intimidated, if the voter feels threatened or intimidated, or if any disturbance of any kind occurs, call the election office. If the situation escalates, call local law enforcement first, if they believe the safety of any person in the polling place is in jeopardy. If, on election day, you encounter situations that make you feel uncomfortable or unsafe, such as a fellow poll worker declining to wear a face mask, let your election officials know, like your chairperson or your clerk. You can also email us at democracymvp@michigan.gov. For further information on how to handle specific scenarios, or for additional information on safety precautions, contact your clerk.